Hello, I'm here to fix the heater.
The heater's around back.
Alright, bye. What is that? Another dead body! Hey! 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 I better call 911, 'cause there's a dead body over there. Hello? 911? I see a dead body. Alright, bye! It looks like he fell.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty bad accident. Let's call Detective Wayne. Hey, Detective, we need you on the scene. We have a dead body. Thank you. Hey guys, so here's the dead body. Collect the evidence.
Detective, what do you first see?
Well, I don't know how long this body's been dead. Can you give me a professional idea?
Due to the rigor mortis of the body, I'd say around 2 to 3 hours, more like 3.
Alright, we need to collect some evidence first. I see some hair over here. And I also see some string. Do you see anything else?
Yes, I'm going to take a sample of the blood. Take some near the victim.
Alright, here, take these to the lab.
Okay. There you go. Take this to the lab as well. Okay. Oh look, one more thing. There seems to be a bloody footprint near his head. We should take a picture of it.
Hello, Examiner.
Hello, Detective.
What were your initial findings about the body?
So I took the temperature of the liver and found that the body's been dead for about 10 hours. Most likely around 9 a.m. this morning.
Okay, what did you get from the hair tests?
So, after taking a look at the hair that was found at the crime scene, examining the melanin inside, we have found it's blonde hair color, and it most likely matches the maid's.
That makes sense because she was working in the house this morning. What did you find from the fiber test?
So when we looked at the fiber, it's cotton, plant-based, and it's black of color, most likely coming from a sweater.
That's interesting because the wife was wearing a black sweater in the morning. What were you able to find from the footprint that we found at the crime scene?
Well, at the crime scene, the footprint was in awful condition. We could not get a good clear print from it. All we could tell was that it was a woman's size 7.
What were the results of the blood test?
So, look at the blood. We located the antigens inside the blood and found them to be A, most likely A positive. After examining the blood of the entire crime scene, we found that it was all A positive, matching the victims. There were no unknown blood samples found at the crime scene.
Alright, thank you, Examiner.
Hold on, Detective. I wanted to show you one more thing. After examining the body a little bit more, and I looked at the victim's face, you'll notice that he has a blue coloring around the lips and a very red tone on his face. Why? After completing a chemical spectroscopy test, I found there was trace amounts of cyanide located in his body.
How do you think the cyanide got into his body?
Good question. After examining the organs, I looked at the stomach. Inside the stomach was a large amount of cyanide. Most likely he had ingested the cyanide, and that's where it all ended up.
How do you think the cyanide got to his system?
So after looking at all the organs of the body, I looked at the stomach. Inside the stomach, we found large amounts of cyanide left over. This could only happen if the victim had ingested large amounts of cyanide.
Okay, with all this evidence, I think we'll be able to further narrow down who the suspect was. And thank you for your time, Examiner. For your time, Miss Braun. I know you must be very distraught about the death of your husband. But I'm going to have to ask you a few questions. Do you remember where you were at the time of the accident?
Yeah, I was in my room getting ready for the dinner party that we were going to that night. I just can't believe he's gone.
Would you say you and your husband had a good relationship?
We did. I mean, we had ups and downs, and, you know, recently we've been fighting a lot because he was just gone a lot, but I don't think it was anything too bad.
What type of relationship did the maid and your husband have?
I don't know. They had a very weird relationship. She was always eyeing him down in the room, and, you know, he was always smiling at her. I always thought something was going on, but I thought maybe it was just my jealousy.
Do you have any suspicions to who would want to hurt your husband?
I don't. My husband is a kind man. I don't think he had any enemies that would kill him. I really just think this was an accident.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Detective Wayne, and I have a few questions for you. Could you tell me where you were at the time of the accident?
I was in the kitchen cleaning up lunch when the doorbell rang, and it was a handyman who needed to come fix the heater, so I told him to go around the back.
Okay. Could you tell me what type of relationship Mr. and Mrs. Brown had?
Mr. and Mrs. Brown, they were always fighting, always yelling. It was terrible.
What type of relationship did you and Mr. Brown have?
Well, it was nice. He'd always tip me extra on the weekend.
Okay. Do you know anybody that would want to hurt Mr. Brown?
Probably Mrs. Brown.
What would make you say that?
Just all the yelling and commotion that goes on in the house.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Hello, I'm Detective Wayne.
Hello.
And I have a few questions for you.
All right. I'm pleased to answer any questions you have.
I'm sure you are.
I did not kill the person. It was not me. I swear.
Okay. Why were you hired for the Brown estate?
They called me up and said they had a broken heater, and I said I could fix it, so I came to fix the heater. It was broken downstairs.
Okay. How did you find the victim?
They were down there in the stairs and dead.
Did you find anything that was unusual about the crime scene?
There's a lot of blood. And there were footprints I saw, but I don't know, that's all I say. I was pretty frightened.
So the blood stood out to you a lot.
The blood was very bloody everywhere.
Everywhere? How could you describe everywhere?
It was on the stairs. Everywhere. Yes.
Did you notice anything in particular about the maid?
The maid was cleaning. I don't know what made suspicious looking like, but who knows?
Was there anything suspicious about the wife?
I didn't really see the wife. The wife was not there. I just came to the front and came around to the back. The back end, then I didn't go down the stairs because there was a dead body.
Okay.
Yep.
Hello everybody, and thank you for being here today. I just have a few more questions.
No, I'm done with this, what they call bull honky. This is over with, I'm
Sir,
done.
please sit
No,
back down.
okay,
A few more
I'll sit
questions.
down. Alright, I'm sitting down, officer.
Sir, what is this all about? My husband's death was an accident. Why are you still asking us questions?
I don't believe your husband's death was an accident.
Enough!
I believe it was a murder.
That's ridiculous. Who in their right mind would kill Mr. Brown?
Actually, I believe you killed Mr. Brown.
Why, that's crazy. I would never kill him.
You and Mr. Brown were having an affair.
No, we weren't. I hardly ever looked at him.
Yes, you did. I saw the way you looked at him every time you guys were in a room together.
No, I didn't. That's a lie.
What's going on?
Actually, I found evidence At the day of the murder, I went on Mr. Brown's laptop and I found a video of you and Mr. Brown having an argument.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And since you're the maid, you also cooked his meals, and I believe you poisoned him with cyanide.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to kill her.
What, you murderer?
Alright, that's enough. How did you really kill Mr. Brown?
I was poisoning the food, but it accidentally went to Mr. Brown. And
That's enough. Take her away.
You are under arrest for the murder of Mr. Brown.
What about the Miranda rats?